గిన్నెస్ బుక్ ఆఫ్ వరల్డ్ రికార్డ్స్లో స్థానం సంపాదించి తర్వాత మిస్ ఫిట్నెస్ యూనివర్స్ పేజెంట్లో థర్డ్ రన్నర్అప్గా నిలిచిన మన పర్ల్ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్, ఎమర్జింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద హైదరాబాద్ పర్ల్ సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్, దినాజ్ వర్వెట్ వాళ్ళతో ఒక ఆత్మీయ సంభాషణ. నమస్తే దినాజ్.
Namaste Sangeeta. How are you?
I'm doing good. So it's so good to have you on our iFrames Media. Welcome to iFrames Media.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure, Sangeeta, to be here with you all.
Yeah. So tell us about your childhood, Dinaz. So where do you belong to?
I was born in Jamshedpur. That time it was Bihar, part of Bihar.
Okay.
I did my schooling in Jamshedpur in a convent school. And after my school, I went over to Mumbai for my college education.
Okay. So yeah, how you came to Hyderabad? So belonging to Jamshedpur, how you emerged in Hyderabad?
My husband and I mom and friend's wedding in Jamshedpur.
Okay. Is it a love marriage?
Yeah, it's a love marriage.
Okay.
And a year later, we got married.
Okay. So after marriage, you came to Hyderabad?
After marriage, I came to Hyderabad in 1988.
88. Okay.
At that time, other than my in-laws and my husband, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends. First time I came to South India, that was the first time I came to Hyderabad also.
That's so surprising, and you came and you just conquered everything here, right?
I won people's hearts.
Yeah. So from being a chartered accountant, how come you transversed into fitness field? What is it behind?
So I got into chartered accountancy only because my uncle forced me to do it. He wanted me to be a chartered accountant. In those days, it was either CA or engineer or doctor.
Okay.
And I really thought that, okay, I'll do a chartered accountancy at least because I'll have the backing of my family. After I got into it, I never understood a word of this debit, credit. I somehow managed to get to the last.
Okay.
And there was this last one exam left.
Okay.
And when that exam was left, by then already my first son was born. I had what they say, pida in my brain. And I called all my CA friends and I told them, these are all my books. You know, those books were very expensive. I said, just take all these books. I don't want to have anything to do with CA. Go away.
Oh, no remembrance of that
I
CA.
don't want any remembrance also and go away. And at that time I was wondering what I should do, and I wanted to do something but I was not clear. In those days, my husband's sister, who was a fitness trainer in Yemen,
Okay.
she used to come to Hyderabad and she used to spend time with her mom.
Okay.
And she used to spend a lot of time with me. And she used to tell me that this is what she does. And she used to show me some exercises.
Okay.
And from my childhood, I was very fond of exercising.
Oh.
But we were not culturally allowed to go outside.
Okay.
After I saw what she was doing, I told my husband, why can't I do what she does? He said, you know, in Hyderabad, being conservative city, nobody will listen to what you are saying. Aerobics was not at all.
Nobody
Hyderabad.
knows that
Nobody
word,
knew
right?
The
Yeah.
word aerobics, nobody knew anything about group class.
True, true.
But then he didn't want to discourage me. He said, if you want, give it a try.
Okay.
Then I spent about an entire year studying it and being certified.
Oh.
Because for me it was more important that I be certified to do what I am supposed to do. And I spent one whole year in studying and certifying.
At that time?
Yes. in
During
those
which
days,
year this is?
This was in 1992.
92. Okay.
And one whole year was spent in that. Once I got my multiple certificates and all, I was confident. Then I decided to start my own classes. See, business was not the goal at all. The goal was to get fit myself because I was also post-pregnancy, wanted to become fit myself. I just wanted to have some ladies come to my house, and
Okay.
that's how I got started.
Okay, that's so wonderful. Aerobics was like a new word for the Hyderabadis at
Yeah.
that time, and then you just conquered that, and by like having a Guinness record on your name in aerobics, like 26 hours of continuous aerobics
Non-stop
you did,
aerobics,
yeah.
yes.
So please tell us about that. Share your experience about that Guinness record.
I did the Guinness record in 2010.
Okay.
In 2010, by then I had already accomplished a lot, been on many TV shows, worked with a lot of celebrities. But somehow that was not the satisfying factor for me. The satisfying factor was I wanted the people of India to know that exercising is critical. And for me, most important was I wanted to raise money for charity.
Okay.
And so I wanted to do this program for 8 hours initially.
Okay.
But then it somehow did not
How
work
come
out.
it turned into 26 hours, 3 times more?
Okay, so
What?
let me backtrack that story. I actually tied up with an NGO.
Okay.
It's a very interesting story. I tied up with an NGO.
Okay.
And I said that I will do aerobics for 8 hours. People will pay money to your NGO. Whatever little expense we have for the stage and all that, we will take that out. Balance money. I wanted to educate some children in Charminar area.
Oh.
But I tried to raise money for 1 month and nothing happened. Nobody came forward and nobody paid money. So I went back to the managing director of the NGO and he looked at me and he said, who do you think is going to pay you money for dancing on stage for 1 hour, for 8 hours non-stop? And I was very upset that day. And I told myself, I will show it to not only in India, I'll show it to the world that exercising is critical and there are different ways of doing it.
Oh.
And that aerobics is the way forward. And that's when I decided to find the Guinness record, and that was for 24 hours.
Oh.
And the next morning I announced I'll be breaking a world record and doing it for 26 hours non-stop.
Bapre.
So,
Oh.
it was a very high risk event.
So how many days you are prepared for that?
Almost 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4
I
months.
had a nutritionist from Bangalore who was working with me closely on my diet.
Okay.
Then I had physiotherapists. I had to do a lot of rehab after my workout.
Oh.
And I started by practicing 4 hours a day.
Okay.
And then I decided to move it to 8 hours a day. And then every weekend I would do 12 hours or 16 hours or 20 hours.
Oh.
And that's how I built it up. I had a lot of support
Okay.
from all my centers, my students, my staff. We had hired an event company for it.
Oh.
It was like a rock show. And all the
Amazing.
celebrities, everybody came forward and we raised a lot of money. We spent that money on the event also, and then we gave the money to charity.
Amazing.
So I set up
Amazing.
my own foundation also.
Oh, at that time. What's the name of
It's
that?
called Anahita Foundation.
Anahita Foundation. Okay, so you do charity with
Yes.
that foundation.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So who are the celebrities you have trained? Rather, I should ask with whom you would like to train, with whom you would love to train them.
I have trained Chandrababu Naidu, astrosenment trainer, male trainer for Mr. Babu.
Okay.
And then his wife,
Bhuvneshwari.
I have trained them for more than 20 years.
20.
More
Okay.
than 20 years.
Still
Till I
it's
left.
going on?
No, till I left.
Till I left.
Till I left Hyderabad, I came back. Now I don't do any personal training.
Okay.
And then I've trained Chiranjeevi's wife, Surekha.
Okay.
I've trained that also for more than 15 years.
Oh.
I've trained Jagan's wife, Bharti, and her 2 daughters
Okay.
for many years.
Okay.
Then I've trained Chiranjeevi's brother-in-law, Allu Arvind.
Okay.
Then Allu Arjun's wife,
Wife
Sneha.
Sneha.
And then I've trained some sports celebrities like VVS Lakshman, Pulila Gopichand, Saina Nehwal, Kashyap, and all that Shrikant, that whole
Okay.
circuit I have trained.
Okay. Okay. So out of all of them, which seemed like tough task for you,
Out of all the celebrities,
out of all the celebrities, I mean to say, like losing weight or what was the tough factor among them?
one is I have to say that all the celebrities that I trained and coached, they all today are my best friends.
Of
They are
course,
very
that
comfortable with
shows.
me. That relationship, when I walked into their homes for a personal training session, I would never cross the line beyond a certain point. I would never lift my eye up and walk around their home and see what's going on. So that built up the respect between them and me.
Okay.
And they respected my time, they respected the effort that I took, because they knew that someone like me is really not so keen on going to someone's house. I wasn't comfortable.
Definitely.
But I was only comfortable with just a few people, and that's why I worked with only a few people, because they treated me as a family member.
Okay.
And even though they treated me as a family member, I never crossed that line and became friendly. Neither did I ever ask for any favors. I never asked Chiranjeevi, I call him Anna. I never asked Anna, I want a role in the film. I want to do this. I never asked.
Are you interested in acting?
Yeah, I would love to have.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. That is my dream. And
Acha.
someday it will come true.
Oh,
for sure.
someday it will definitely
For
come
sure. When
true.
I focus on it.
Near future.
And I never asked Mr. Babu or Bhuvneshwari
Oh.
that I want this done. Can you, I mean, this is politically, I want to get into the party. Can you give me MP seat? Can you give me MLA? I never ever asked for that. So that respect is what grew in their eyes. And that is why today the relationship is long-term relationship. And when it comes to the program, all the programs were good. I worked very hard for Bhuvneshwari and I
Bhuvneshwari.
worked very hard for Saina Nehwal.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Saina was only 13 and when she came, she was very overweight. She was totally out of it.
Okay, how many kgs did she lose? Bhuvneshwari ma'am, I guess she lost almost 60 kgs.
Yeah, Bhuvneshwari lost 60 kgs. Saina, I don't recall now, but
Yeah.
I would say minimum 20 kgs.
Okay.
Minimum, I think more than that. I think she would be more than that.
Oh, nice.
But that was a tough case to handle because she was a young girl. That at that time she was very young. She was adamant. She didn't want to listen to everything I had.
Is it?
So I had to, and in Hindi we say pata pata ke kaam karana hai.
हाँ.
So pata pata ke usko kaam karate the.
Pampering her.
Pampering her, empowering her.
Okay.
I had to work a lot on her mind. So that is what
Okay.
these celebrities and a lot of my normal people like me see, that the expertise that I have is not the workout alone or not the nutrition plan. People understand me from the mind part of it because they know that, ever since I fought my fire accident, they know that I have a very strong mind to be able to fight anything.
Yeah, and coming to that fire accident, I heard that it happened in the morning time,
Yes.
7 o'clock in the morning time.
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning. And how come by evening 7:30 you were doing squats, wearing
No,
that?
no, not on the same day.
Yeah?
Not on the same day.
Yeah.
The fire accident happened in the morning.
Yeah?
And I was in ICU for a long time.
Yeah?
But definitely for 5 days, I can say that I was not even able to come out.
Even after 5 days, how that thought came into you, like
I
getting
wanted to
up and
fight it
doing the
back.
squat?
I was alone in the room. Nobody was allowed because of the problem of infection. Because in burns cases, anybody who has major burn,
It was
accident,
almost 53%.
53% burns, and people, the risk is that anybody who visits will pass on the outside infection to them.
Oh.
So only my husband was allowed to visit maybe twice a day, and Bhuvneshwari came once a day. Every day she came.
Every day she
came.
Such a nice.
And I knew
gesture.
that, first thing is my friends and my colleagues knew the only way to get me out of it is to put music in my room.
Okay.
Because I breathe music, I live music, I breathe movement. So my friends came and set up some radio station. Somehow we managed to get special permission, and then from outside the windows they put cables and whatnot they did in ICU.
I see you. Oh.
And I must say that I'm alive today not because of myself. I'm alive today because of the care that Apollo Hospital has taken. I owe my life to Apollo Hospital, and I'll always be indebted to Apollo Hospital. And so the music started playing in my ears, and when music started playing, my body wanted to move. Physically it was not possible, but mentally I made it possible. That's how I said that no, I put my first leg down. So I came a long way, but it was only my mind that I was able to bounce. I was able to come out of it.
Yeah, so that's a proper body and mind management, you'll say.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Other than that, it's a mental energy. Simply mental energy.
Everything for
Yeah.
me today is mind.
Mind.
Everything for me today is mind.
Yeah, amazing. And yeah, tell us about your family.
I have a beautiful family. My husband Jamshed and I are married now 33 years.
Oh, you
And
won't
with
look like that.
With the grace of God, I have two sons.
Two sons.
Johan and Zishan.
Okay.
Johan is 31 years old and Zishan is 27 years old.
Okay.
And they are both working in Hyderabad at the moment.
Okay.
And my husband also commutes a lot. He travels a lot. He's working for an American company.
Okay.
So he travels in and out of Hyderabad half the year.
Okay.
So 35 days he goes, 35 days he comes back.
Okay.
He has supported me and my family has supported me immensely in my 29 years of my working in this industry. This is my 29th year
20.
in the health and fitness industry.
3 decades
3
almost.
decades.
3
yeah.
decades.
And they have supported me tremendously from sound to light to whether I want some technology thing done. Today I've got my entire business online.
Online.
So they help me completely in the technology part of it, or video shooting or video editing. We have all this set up in our own home. One is a video editor, one is a designer.
Okay.
My
Every
husband is a
professional at the
photographer.
house.
Every profession is at home. So
Okay.
everything is, the production is all done in-house.
Okay. Okay. So you have a full-fledged company
And they are my
settled
team.
in your.
Yeah, they are my team
team.
members.
Yeah.
I don't treat them as family members when it's time for work. When it is time to discuss something, we have mastermind sessions where they'll say, no, let's do this, no, let's do that. So it's a very structured planning even in the family. And we
Amazing.
lead a very disciplined life. We lead a very simple life.
Okay.
Though people have this notion that I am a celebrity or I go out to parties and all. What we four like the most is we like to be part of a home environment. We like to eat home food. We don't like to eat or we don't like to order food from outside. So
Okay.
there are simple things that bring us more joy. You know, sitting in our jammies, sitting in our pajamas, and all of us sitting, gathering around the coffee table and watching television or watching a show. Those are all things that give us a lot of pleasure.
Fitness is being like imbibed into your body. So how come a decision you took to leave the fitness industry?
I had a lot of family, I had a lot of financial commitments at that time. And honestly speaking, I wasn't able to cope up with it. It was a decision I needed to make, whether I want to choose what I'm passionate about or will I be able to fund my son's education. And I told myself that if I can't look after my family, I have no right to look after other people.
True.
For me, my
Well said.
values for my family are way stronger than my passion. And that was the day I decided that I have to leave this city. I have to leave because as long as I'm in the city, people will not allow me to not take classes. And there was a big gap between what we were able to earn and what the real estate cost was versus what the fees was. What was the spending capacity of the customer versus what is the demand of the real estate people.
Okay.
So there was a big gap there.
Okay.
And those were the reasons even though we downsized many times, we were not able to bridge that gap. And then I told myself, what is the point in living this life when I'm not able to fulfill my own dreams of my own family, my own dreams of travel, my own dreams of buying clothes. When I was not able to fulfill my own dreams, that was the day I decided to kill my passion and I decided to move out. I know that I hurt a lot of people, and honestly speaking, I actually wrote a Facebook apology to the city of Hyderabad that I'm sorry, due to unavoidable circumstances I have to leave the city.
Yeah, we all read about that. And it's a shock for us actually. Being into the fitness industry, it's a shock even for all of us. Like,
Yes.
Dinaz, like icon in the fitness industry. So it was a shock. So how come like the period of Corona, how come you managed in that period?
I think before that I'll tell you about my interesting journey of coming back to Hyderabad. So when I left from Hyderabad, I went to West Bengal. By then I knew that I needed to do something else, so I became a home baker and I started baking cakes.
My goodness, so completely different. But you like cooking food, right?
I love cooking,
Yeah.
but I did not know how to bake.
Okay.
But I learned baking. I went to Delhi and I did a certification course.
Again,
on-
you did certification in
Yes,
baking?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I went to West Bengal because my husband was posted in West Bengal.
So whatever your step you took, you just became professional in that.
Always.
Was always.
Yes. He told me, now this is your bakery. I've set up your bakery, your room. This is the house. I'm gone to work. And he
Okay.
left for work.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. Then I made, I didn't know, again in Durgapur, I didn't know anybody.
Okay.
So I decided to make 10 boxes of 6 cupcakes each. My cupcakes were international cupcakes, designer cupcakes with designs, flowers, fondant, delicate work, very delicate work which you don't see easily at all. And then I made those boxes and I said, okay, in this neighboring area at least, it was quite a upmarket area, at least in the neighboring area, I'll go and put the boxes, give the boxes, introduce myself and give my card. Out of 10 homes, 9 people shouted at me. And they
Shouted?
said, yeah, and this is like the celebrity Dinaz Fitness who is now in West Bengal trying to give free cupcakes to people.
My goodness.
It's a very inspiring story.
And
9 people shouted at me and they said in Bengali, they thought I was a sales girl, get out.
My
and I just
goodness.
somehow managed to give my cupcakes to them.
Bapre, how you managed
By-
that much?
By then, by the 9th person, there was only one house left. By then, I was crying like anything on the road and there was this one box left. I said, okay, now I won't give up. I'll give this one box, and everyone spoke in Bengali. They were abusive. Some people sent their maids down. Some people shouted at
my
me. Some
God.
people took it, okay, ache, ache. They said something in Bengali.
Bapre.
Then I went to this 10th house and there was this girl, Ranju. And she opened the door and I naturally spoke in English. And she says, she looked at the box and she said, oh wow, this is beautiful. And she looked at me and
First
she said,
response in a positive manner?
and she said, did you make this?
Okay.
I said, I did. And I didn't want to talk much because by then I was sad already. I told her, I've made this. My card is there. If you all have any requirement, reach out to me.
Okay.
Within 2-3 days, she brought some people to my house.
Okay.
I gave the first order. After that, Sangeeta, there was no looking back. My cakes
Okay.
went to Calcutta, Asansol, some other big places over
Oh,
there.
you explored well in the baking industry.
In that industry, and people, I made cakes, cupcakes, wedding cakes, 5-tiered cakes. I made dressing gown cakes, gown
Oh,
cakes.
okay.
I made all animal cakes. I made them all, and I became like the most popular person in Durgapur.
Okay.
Till we decided that now Durgapur is a very small town. There is no growth. We need to move to a better city.
Okay.
So that was, we had 2 choices: either go back to Hyderabad or to Bombay. My family is in Bombay, and they said, you come to Bombay, we'll work it out. I went
How
to
long you
Bombay.
stayed in Durgapur?
9 months.
9 months.
After that, we moved to Bombay.
Okay.
Bombay, I was very excited. I thought that it's
Because your education has been done there, Bombay.
I
Okay.
thought
You know
maybe
the city well.
not that well,
Not
but
that
still
well.
I'm comfortable with it. And I thought maybe now I'm in New York of India. So my whole life is going to be like rosy. So I settled everything. I went gym to gym asking for a job.
Okay.
What will you do? I said, I'll do anything you all want me to do. But then my CV was so thick.
Nobody knew like you were Dinaz, you were having
Nobody-
records
nobody
on your
knows.
name.
But I took everything.
Yeah.
Everything was very impressive. All the owners were like 20 years younger to me. But all of them said that you are overqualified for our job. Please take your resume and go back. So I didn't
Okay.
get a job there.
Oh.
I didn't want to I got some offers to join some food businesses. That was not interesting for me at all. And then I begged my family that I want to go back to Hyderabad. Because I used to cry every day when I used to work out. I begged them. I said, don't come. Y'all don't come. If I go and make it happen back again in Hyderabad, then y'all come back. We are rotting in this place. There is no happiness in our family. There is no money in our family. Give me a chance. I begged them. And I just flew down to Hyderabad and I started my journey from scratch.
Wow.
I
After how many years?
I took a gap of 2 years.
Gap of
Within
2 years.
I came
But
back.
since your first center got opened, so it was in 1993, right?
Yes, 1993.
So how many years gap? Again you started
I
from
did for
scratch.
25 years non-stop,
25 years
then I took a
non-stop.
2-year gap,
2-year gap.
and then I came
So
back.
after 27 years, you started again from
I
the
started
scratch.
From scratch.
Um,
I called up Chiranjeevi's wife. I called up Jagan's wife. I called up Alu. Then she put me onto Alu Arvind. I called up Gopi. Somehow or the other, I got my celebrity clients back, which means I was getting money in the door.
Okay.
Whatever that money was, for somebody who did not go from home to home, I had to, from morning I would do 5 homes, evening I would do 5 homes.
Ba, ba, ba.
10 homes in a day. Tried to get some jobs in some gyms here, local gyms in Hyderabad. Some guys abused me, they shouted at me, they made me
Is
work.
it?
They did not pay me. I am talking about this openly.
All these you have
that
tolerated without any word.
So no other lady trainers go through this.
Ba, ba, ba.
And then finally I got my job in Apollo gym and I was very comfortable in Apollo gym and I got settled there with my group classes.
Okay.
And from there I used to go to Srinidhi owner's house. I used to go to many places, home to home. But deep down I knew that I'm not meant for this. Deep down I knew that my passion to make people and make India healthy is so strong and so powerful that I'm not meant to go from house to house and do this.
You will be very much limited to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I kept telling God, I kept telling the universe, you just show me the way so that I don't make the same mistakes that I have made in the past. And one fine day, I found an ad on Facebook and he said he will teach us how to become digital coaches.
Okay.
And I joined his program.
During Corona period, all this
No,
happened? Before that?
Yeah, as a
Oh.
visionary. So today I can tell you proudly that I'm a visionary, I'm a futurist of this industry. So in 2018, I joined a digital coach.
Okay.
And I started, while all this was going on, I started creating my own digital platform.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about digital, but I learned, I went step by step, and then I slowly built up my empire. And when Corona hit the world,
That's a disaster in fitness industry, basically.
I was already there.
Yeah.
I had no disaster. With the grace of God, everything was just falling into place, and now more and more people wanted to walk in. So from then onwards, my life changed completely. The life of my family changed completely. We all moved to Hyderabad. We came to this house. We are very well settled. I'm very grateful to God. I'm very grateful to even the media of Hyderabad that, you know, because of the media and the work that I had put in media, people recognized my ads, people recognized me, they came back into the digital space. Today I have people in my community from all across Andhra Pradesh, all across Hyderabad, all across Telangana, all across the country, and I have people coming in from across the world as well. So I'm very grateful to God for giving me this opportunity, because today I'm on a mission to help women to get fit and healthy from the comfort of their own home, and that is my main mission.
Amazing, amazing. So what is your message to all the mothers who are watching this show regarding fitness or mind and body balance, whatever?
So one of the things that is that I've seen and experienced in my own life, being a mother, being a wife, I've experienced that women go through a lot of stress. When they get married and come, they have a lot of stress. When they have children, they have a lot of stress. They're not able to sometimes cope up financially, so they go out and become the breadwinners along with their spouses. So the woman is multitasking, and the lady of the house never has time for herself. And especially for married women, my biggest message to all of you is that you need to start looking after your own body. You don't need to go and do something funda. But take water bottles, take your bed sheet, take your towels, take your buttons, take things that are around your home and start exercising and do things in your own home.
Okay.
It's just 30 minutes a day. If the lady of the house cannot find that time for herself, then she will never be able to have that body and that mind to look after her family. So my strongest message to women is, guys, girls, look after your own body.
Yeah.
Have that, because it is self-confidence for you. It is how you look. When you look in the mirror, can you look at yourself? Are you confident? Are you able to smile at the end of the day? All that will happen when she becomes selfish about her own body.
Exactly, yeah. So being selfish is the first thing.
And
Then
that
only
is
we
so
can
selfish.
share then only we can share the love to everyone. Amazing,
And even for
amazing.
young girls, like before they get married, a lot of young girls just let go. The reality is their self-confidences are low, and if they get married with all that weight on them, they will start their wedding, they'll start their married life with a low self-confidence. So
Yeah,
that is
because
why they need to be disciplined about themselves.
Nowadays, we see that trend in the young girls. Whenever they think of marriage, they just think of reducing the weight and fitting into the designer outfits, and for that time, and after that they just leave everything. So it's only 5% of the brain and 95% of the consistency they should be putting into it, right?
Yeah.
Regarding fitness.
The consistency will come only when they have a strong why, Sangeeta. If they don't have a strong why, they are never ever going to be consistent.
Okay. So regarding food and fitness, which has most important role in that? Fitness. So do you think a mind will get it will be balanced when we are into fitness? Only fitness, like workout is enough, or anything else is more important?
Workout along with meditation and mind programming.
Okay, please tell us about meditation and mind managing.
See,
How you have incorporated. In generally, what we see is like people go for aerobics and they think that only intensive workout will make a difference. So most of them like not paying attention to the mind management. So please put some light on that.
So when I talk about meditation, a lot of people think that they cannot sit continuously in this position and meditate, and which is true. But more important than that is, if people can't do that, then they should look for guided meditation.
Okay.
So they listen to somebody's voice and they go into understanding what they need to do, like a aura cleansing meditation or a letting go of meditation or
Okay.
some visualization.
Okay.
So if you can't do it yourself, then you need to do some guided meditation.
Okay.
And mind programming is more important, is mind chatter. We have negative mind chatter and we have a positive mind chatter. A negative mind chatter, I can't do, I will not, what will happen, this will happen, why did she, why me, God, why this? That is a negative mind chatter. In mind programming means you need to convert the negative mind chatter to a positive mind chatter. And how do you do this? By having affirmations.
Okay.
By having strong affirmations. So keeping your mind positive and strong is very important.
Okay. Okay. So how long do you meditate in general?
In the morning, I have a 45-minute routine of meditation and visualization. Both.
Visualization.
Yes.
Tell us about something.
Visualization is, let's take an example of, you want to buy a house. Then you want to visualize that house, go into detail of where your furniture will be, which location, what is the color of the walls, who all are staying in that house,
Okay.
what kind of lights do you have in the house, when did you buy it, where is it by the sea, is it by the ocean, is it near a hill?
Every minute detail you have to be in the picture. Okay.
And you visualize that every single day.
Okay.
When you visualize something like that, you don't worry about where the money is going to come from.
Oh.
The money and the house will come there.
Universe will take place.
Universe will take care of it.
Oh. So it's all about visualization, meditation, and part of fitness. Amazing to know that. And yeah, tell us about your future dreams. Are there any dreams you wanted to fulfill in future, or any goals or like that?
Personal or professional?
Tell us about personal goals.
Yeah, my personal goals are that currently my husband is working in out of the country, and his job is very stressful right now. My personal goals are that my husband and I right now developing the business that I'm in, and once we develop it and put it on like an autopilot mode,
Okay.
he will be in a position to join me. He is doing part-time right now.
Okay.
My dream is that it is developed to that extent where he becomes full-time
Okay.
in my business.
Okay.
And we both spend time together.
True.
And our children are independent with their respective spouses. That is my dream.
They got married?
No, my older son is dating a British
Okay.
girl.
Okay.
And my younger son is not.
Okay.
And we want our children to be settled independently.
Independent.
We don't want them to be stuck with us in our home. They can come and visit us, but I want them to start their homes and their families together. Now we are at a stage where we both would like to enjoy our lives. We definitely want to travel at least once or twice a year. I'm not an excessive traveling person, but I know that every 3 months, if I do a 2-day or a 3-day trip, I feel refreshed.
Ah.
Because when I'm at home, I give my 100% to my family and to my work. There is no break for me at all.
No compromise at it.
No compromise, no break, no saying, "Aaj mood nahi hai, aaj ye nahi hai." That never arises.
That shows how strong you are, right? And watching so many ups and downs in the career, like it was consistent for 25 years and then you started from scratch. So it shows your determination, like how you went, yeah, like you have faced a lot of, I like that trauma, carrying the cakes to every house, and like how you dealt with that, like how much strength you had in you.
My why was very strong.
We just break down, right? So in generally.
See, breaking down is one thing. Breaking down is letting go of your emotion. But breaking
लोग
down
क्या
is,
सोचेंगे, ये सब आता है ना बहुत.
See, that is what I think my toughest period was when I came back to Hyderabad. I didn't have this, what is she thinking, what is he thinking?
Oh.
Some people were on my face showing that they were not approving of me hanging around here.
Oh.
It was that apparent.
Not accepted.
Not accepted.
Oh.
But I knew what was my focus. My focus was I needed to come back to this profession because I so dearly love what I do. My focus was to earn money for my family because I knew that we had tough times and I knew that I have the capacity to bailing my family out at that time. My focus was to bounce our family back. So when I kept my focus so strong about what I want to achieve and how I want to achieve it, people around me did not matter because of only one thing. I kept no egos in my space.
Amazing.
I kept myself the same rock bottom, simple, humble Dinaz. That was the same Dinaz when I started in 1993, and today we are in 2022. It is the same person.
Wow.
Because I know that life has thrown many challenges. I was able to overcome it only by my humbleness, by my simplicity, and most important is being grateful for what I have and not what I
Yeah,
don't
that's the
have.
important thing. Whatever we are having, we need to be grateful for that. So that's amazing. And about your professional goals for the
I
future.
definitely want to build a big empire. Right now my community is of 3,000 plus people. I definitely want to see 1 million people in my community. And I want to put my entire business on autopilot.
Okay.
Everything will be automated.
Okay, so you'll be recording the videos and you'll be
Everything will be
updating
automated.
everything
I will
automated.
be
So you
there
need
live.
not to be present there at that class
I will
of
be there
time.
live because I'm a very live, hands-on person also. So there are few things that I will be live,
Live.
In my work.
Okay.
But a lot of my other things, my front end of my funnel, how
Okay.
people come in, everything will be automated.
Okay.
So I'm working
Okay.
on technology. I'm working with that right now.
Okay. That's so nice to know about you, Dinaz, about the challenges and what all the tasks actually are. I'm like, when I heard about all these things, it's like how a woman coped up with so much of pressures.
I
Yeah.
don't see that much. I see more. I mean, I had some lovely times in my studios.
course.
I remember my
You
lovely
had
times.
almost like so many trainers. How many trainers were
I
there at the
had
peak
one
time of
time-
your career?
At my peak of my career, I had 60 or 70 trainers.
Trainers.
And I had 30 corporate staff.
Wow.
I had a
Almost
private
100
limited
staff.
I had a private limited company.
Oh.
So it was a big operation. So when I remember and I look back, first of all, I don't look back. But I remember the good times.
Good times.
And I don't keep going and looking into the old photos and everything.
Oh.
I think of my moment. I think of what I want to do.
So being present at the moment,
Being
so
present, I think of the chance that I got again in life. Not many people in life will get that chance. I
of
remember
course,
that moment.
of course, that's amazing to know, Dinaz, and we wish you all the best in whatever future plans you
Thank
will
you so
make.
much. Thank you so much, Sangeeta.
And thanks a lot for being with us. సో దట్స్ ఆల్ అండి iFrames మీడియా కోసం దినాజ్ వవెట్వాలాతో ఆత్మీయ సంభాషణ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
For more videos like this, subscribe Big TV channel.